Good morning and welcome to News 9. I'm Nolan Pinto. Now, in a bid to canvass for BJP's prime ministerial candidate Narendra Modi, a Gujarat-based fan club launched an animation film and a theme song on Narendra Modi. Let's take a look.
तब जाकर एक सूरज पश्चिम से उठ आया, लंबी रात के बाद वो एक नया सवेरा लाया। जागा और जगाया, भागा और भगाया, दम पर मरहम लगाया, नया शहर बसाया। पहुंची है नहरें, हर घर पहुंचा है पानी। डॉक्टर बनकर बचाया, मास्टर बनकर पढ़ाया, धक्के मार के उसने ड्रॉप आउट रेट गिराया। चोलियों की दुकानों पर रेड है लगाई, गरीबी के सामने छेड़ है लड़ाई। हर एक दिल में सपना बोया, हर एक हाथ को काम से जोड़ा, खुशियों की चाबी से उसने किस्मत का है ताला खोला। पैर हटाए, दोस्त बनाए, दुनिया भर से मेहमान आए, शांति छाई, धूम मचाई, होली दिवाली ईद मनाई। आतंक को ललकारता है, वो डरता नहीं किसी से, मर मिटता अपनों के लिए, करता प्यार सभी से। Nation is in the motion, savior of the nation. Nation is in the motion, he can change the nation. Nation is in the motion.
In fact, the animation film's title, which reflected Narendra Modi's first two characters, Namo, has projected him as a Superman who saved Gujarat and its people from every evil. Now, the film shows Modi in a Superman costume saving people from the 2001 earthquake and ends with his larger-than-life image over the country, where he's shown standing in front of India's map. Now, News9 does not endorse this particular video. Since it's come out, we're just showing you. Well, moving on, in a recent verdict, the High Court directed a father to meet his wards in a private club. Now, the father claims that the environment does not suit his children.
The Karnataka High Court, dealing with the divorced couple's children visitation case, has now allowed the father to meet his children at the Bangalore club premises. This 40-year-old had earlier been asked to meet his wards at the mediation centre in Nyaya Degula Family Court Complex in Bengaluru on alternate Saturdays by the family court.
I have two children, aged about 9 years, boy, and a 4-year-old daughter. And in the family court, I have made a prayer that I should be allowed to see the children at least on weekends till the case is finally decided. So for that, the family court ordered that I can see my children only for 3 hours in the Bangalore Mediation Center, which is not at all friendly. It is very hot, it's very difficult. It's a small place with at least about 6 children there, and I cannot entertain my children, I cannot take them home with me. It is very inconvenient.
Unable to spend quality time with his estranged children, he approached the High Court claiming that the location was impossible to spend time with children there. Following which, the court directed the mother to bring the children to Bangalore Club between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Considering Bangalore Club is a social location, the father claims that the place is not suitable for children to visit.
I went to the High Court, asked for better visitation, at least Saturday, Sundays. I want to take the children to my house, because I have got my own house. My father has his own house in Bangalore, and there are 2 ladies in the house to take care of my daughter and my son. So I made a prayer. Unfortunately, the High Court of Karnataka, Bangalore, gave an order that I can see my children in the Bangalore Club. Now, Bangalore Club is a social club. It is not a place for children's visitation. Bangalore Club is not a place where I can buy them anything. They don't accept cash. You have to be a member to even order a juice. So this place is not at all convenient. So I rather forego seeing my children rather than seeing them in Bangalore Club.
He also claims that it is difficult for his father to meet his grandchildren due to the rules and regulations in place.
Also, there are several difficulties by having visitation in Bangalore Club, because Bangalore Club has several rules and bylaws that says you have to follow a certain dress code. My father is 73 years old. He may want to wear a dhoti or a chappal. That is not allowed in Bangalore Club. Moreover, it's a private club. Public is not allowed inside. Now, yes, my wife is a member. I am not a member of Bangalore Club. So how can I enter? She will say, I will allow you, I'll sign you as a guest. But what about my parents? What about my siblings? I've got a lot of people in my family who want to see my children, she will prevent all that.
This man is not the only parent facing trouble in meeting his children. Meet B.R. Srinivas, a father who hasn't seen his 14-year-old son since August. Srinivas has been unable to meet his son despite the Supreme Court granting him visitation rights. After 12 years of legal battle, the Apex Court has ordered a stay on a directive granting Srinivas custody of his son. He has been given permission to visit his son during the weekends, but said his wife did not permit him to do so.
I filed for the custody of my son, and ever since from the year 2004 till date, it's been going on from family court. I succeeded in getting the full custody of my son, showing that there was a parental alienation and medical negligence. And later in the year 2010, she appealed in the High Court, wherein we were given equal custody. And even in spite of the equal custody that was given between both of us, she did not follow the court orders. And even today, even in spite of the interim order from the Supreme Court, she has been violating day in and day out. And she is not allowing me to meet my son.
Srinivas further claims that his wife insists that the meetings take place in public places like restaurants. Srinivas wants a visitation to be a private affair so that he can spend some quality time with his son. According to experts, conflicts such as this could affect the children. Kumar Jagirdar, president of the city-based NGO Child Rights Initiative for Shared Parenting, says that children's mental well-being is affected in cases such as this.
Not allowing the child access to the husband because of some word egos and revenge, etc. This is not good in the interest of the children, because children needs father as much as the children need the mother. Taking revenge on the husband by not showing the children, using the children as tool, is nothing but child abuse. Nowadays, the children's visitation is restricted to a Bangalore Mediation Center, or going to a temple to visit the children, or some Mantri Mar or some Bangalore Club or something, which is also not a good healthy atmosphere for the children to understand, because they may consider this father as Bangalore Club daddy or Mantri Mar daddy or something. See, this is not the way it should be bonded. This sort of supervised visitation is not at all going to help the children, nor the father, and there should be some guidelines for this.
A solution needs to be found, keeping in mind the children's well-being. A News9 report.
Now, NASA has never failed to surprise us with their innovations and ideas. While the world ponders about how and how long it will take to reach Mars, NASA plans on hitching a ride. Take a look.
NASA is all set and ready to put humans on Mars in the coming 20 years. This time, the plan is totally different, unique and shocking to say the least. They plan on hitching a ride on an asteroid. Yes, you heard that right, a lift from an asteroid. NASA has been given the go-ahead for a mission to redirect an asteroid into the moon's orbit, land astronauts there and use the asteroid as a testing outpost and way station to Mars. The development of key components of the deep space rocket, capsule and infrastructure needed to reach Mars are already underway. NASA would find an asteroid which is between 7 and 10 meters wide. The asteroid would then be pushed towards Earth so that it ends up in a stable orbit near the moon. In 2021, astronauts would then use an Orion capsule, a manned spacecraft, to land on the asteroid and bring back soil and rock samples for analysis. This asteroid will also, probably in the 2030s, would be used as a stop-off point for astronauts on their way to Mars. The mission involves astronauts making the journey to the space rock by hitching a ride on the next-generation Orion multi-purpose crew vehicle. After getting the go-ahead for this mission, NASA expressed its excitement to begin work on the project. Our next step is deep space, where NASA will send a robotic mission to capture and redirect an asteroid to orbit the moon. Astronauts aboard the Orion spacecraft will explore the asteroid in the 2020s, returning to the Earth with samples. Now you must be wondering how NASA intends to redirect an asteroid into the moon's orbit. For this, NASA is building the Orion, which is an evolved version of a space launch system that will be the most powerful launch vehicle ever flown. This ambitious Mars mission could be delayed if there is a curtailed funding from the American Congress, or if other countries plan for a lunar mission force. This again could force the US to change course for security reasons. A News9 report.